How's it going, guys? Casey here with the Coyote Works channel. Headed out on another weekend adventure, and I'm pretty excited about this one. Well, you guys know I'm excited about all of them, but this time I'm actually going to meet up with my brother Josh and a couple of his crew from Lolo Overland, and we're headed out into an area that I really enjoy. It's kind of the fringe country where the desert meets the forest, and we've got a couple of cool surprises coming up on this trip. Number one, you guys will get to see Josh's decked out Lolo Overland Jeep. Show you guys some of the gear we use, a little bit of camp life, probably cook some good meals around camp tonight, but most of all the exploring. And we're just going to show you guys some really cool areas and some areas that some of you, if you ever get through Central Oregon, will probably want to drive through. So stick around, guys, for the adventure. I think you're all going to enjoy it, and I know I'm sure going to enjoy having y'all along. All right, we are at the meeting spot. So we're meeting them at the junction of Geomillican Road and Highway 20. So we're sitting here. I got a text message from them. They had to grab some supplies in town, so they should be just a couple of minutes behind me.
We made it.
Damn, that thing's a beast. I don't know if I'm cool enough to hang out with you guys.
You got the Lolo decal, you're good. How you doing, buddy?
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you guys.
Alex,
Alex,
yes.
What's up? The Lolo crew makes it. We have to work on a little bit. I
do. Top secret mission.
Okay, so we got to make sure that we don't slip and say anything on camera.
We can give some little teases.
Okay. We'll be in the area of Oregon's largest juniper tree.
Oh, that'd be cool.
There's some caves out here. Some cool historic sites.
Nice.
All right, you guys ready to roll?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go find some adventure.
Yes.
All right, we are rolling out. So we got just a couple of miles up the pavement to go, and then we will leave the pavement, and our tires won't see pavement again for the next couple of days. Man, I'm just really stoked. Good to see my brothers from Lolo Overland, and man, it's just going to be a great trip. I'm looking forward to it. So now we're heading down Highway 20. We've just got a couple of miles to go down pavement, and then we'll take off on a road called Moffett Road. If any of you guys are trying to follow our tracks and find the area out here, keep that clue in mind, because that might come in handy for you a little later when you learn about the top secret portion of this trip. So, all right, everyone, we are off the pavement. So now we're headed kind of southeast on that Moffett Road, and we're going to go a few miles out across the barren, flat scrub brush deserts out here. And then we're going to get into kind of the edge of where the ponderosa pines come out and meet the desert. Basically, we're going to head up to that tree line, and then we'll just start rolling along, basically following the edge of the tree line down along where the forest meets the desert. Yeah, see, now we're getting up into this country where the ponderosa pines are starting to grow out into the desert.
All two goes there. I am the gatekeeper.
So nice having somebody to open the gate for me. Oh yeah, look at that nice wide angle there.
That looks good.
All right, so we're gonna try to work our way through here. I'm hoping this little road will connect through to where we're trying to get to, but it's good to have my brother Daniel in the Coyote Works Jeep,
is
man.
great. It feels nice in here. I'm happy.
It's not bad. It's a little older. It's not quite the Lolo Jeep.
Oh man, this is the original. This is the OG.
The OG, yeah. All right, so we got a camp spot, and actually this is kind of a rare thing for me, but we're camped in a spot that I actually camped at just last weekend, but it's in the right spot from where we want to jump off and explore from here, so it's gonna work. Josh and the Lolo crew are reorganizing the Lolo Jeep. We're gonna jump in it and mob on around and get into the top secret part of our mission, but we're also gonna go check out a couple of pretty cool places that we're gonna show you guys. You guys gonna be able to make room in there for your Coyote brother?
There.
Okay.
Always room for our Coyote brother.
All right, excellent. All right, so we're all loaded up in the Lolo Jeep and we're mobbing out, and we're gonna basically embarking on our the top secret portion of our mission.
Yeah, super top secret.
But we're gonna stop and see some cool stuff along the way. Alex, introduce yourself. I don't think these guys know you yet.
Nice to meet you all. I am Alex. I'm the event manager or director.
Excellent.
Kind of the logistics guy.
I would go with director. That sounds cooler.
All right.
So,
nice to meet you all.
all right, so we're making a quick stop here. We're going to check out something that you guys are probably going to enjoy seeing if you're out in this area. And you might have a reason to come out in this area soon when we announce this top secret ordeal. But we're right by a place called Derrick Cave. So interesting little piece of history about Derrick Cave is that they actually used it back in, I think it was World War II. They actually stored emergency supplies in it.
Oh, wow.
And had it like slated to be used as a fallout shelter. For many, many years it was locked up and no one went into it. And then they came out here and there were still like barrels of food and water and stuff in it, and was basically set up back in that like Cold War era when everyone was afraid of the nuclear strike. So it's just a short little walk from the parking area back to the cave. You used to be able to drive right to the cave. In fact, I've camped like basically right at it before. So make sure while you're out here hunting down for your prizes that you stop by Derrick Cave, find it on your Gaia GPS map, on your USGS Topo or your Gaia Topo base map. Find Derrick Cave, and it's right on the edge of the area that you're going to be out here searching for treasures anyway. Big old lava tube. So we'll show you guys the blast door back here, or the door that closed this thing off, where they had the kind of the fallout shelter and where they put all the supplies. Right here. So see, this was a big old steel door right here. Yeah, and there's a nice cool breeze coming out of this, but you guys should definitely come down here and check out Derrick Cave when you're down in this area. This is pretty awesome. All right, so this is going to be really hard to see, but there's the framework that they put in. They installed this so they could lock this cave off and store all of their fallout supplies back there. And you can actually go back in through this door right here. That goes back quite a long ways back there. There's the Lolo crew working their way down here. So there's that door up there, and then we can keep going down this way and drop down even further. Yeah, kind of cool, huh?
Well, this is where the $500 is.
This is okay. You gonna stuff it back in the hole?
This is awesome.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, now we're going down the other side. Check this out. And then there's I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up, but there's fire blackened all on the ceiling up there, and that's for hundreds of years worth of campfires of the natives used this cave. Then even some of the early settlers out here used it. I'm sure there was more than one or two cowhands that camped in here. What do you guys think?
Awesome. I love it.
Pretty cool, huh?
Casey, this is one of the coolest spots I've ever been in my life.
Is it? That's so awesome, Daniel. So awesome, man. Yeah, this thing's just massive, huh? There's a rock fall right back down there behind us that you can crawl up and over, and then it opens up again. You go down there a ways and there's another rock fall, and that's as far as I've ever gone. Just awesome though. It's so hard to get scale for the cameras.
It is.
Yeah, there's just so much cool geology, so much cool landscape out here to check out. Like, that's just one of the incredible things about Central Oregon. All right, I just found the first of it. If you guys look right here, what do you see?
Oh yeah, a little fire pit.
It's not a fire pit. It's a it's the base of a drying rack. So they would use these rocks to weight. They would put bowed limbs across them, and then they would hang strips of meat. They would build a small fire inside it to provide a little bit of smoke to keep the bugs off of it while it was drying. But this is just kind of the edge of it, and it has been years since I've been in here. But we're going to drop down into where they camped. But look, all over this little plateau in here are these various rings of rocks. So these ones are a little bigger. These ones were probably teepee rings. And see how it has a door in it? So this is where they built a wigwam, right? They made these, basically these debris shelters that they covered with hides and stuff, and this was, the rocks went around the base of them. So curled up right in here would have been probably, because the climate's so harsh and cold out here, probably two, you know, a family unit even might have been inside this relatively small space. And see, this one's the same shape, that keyhole shape.
Yeah, wow.
And they clustered them together, right? So you've got 1, 2, here's another one right back here that this tree's grown up in. So that's another way that you can tell how old they are. One of the teepee ring. Yeah, can you stand in that, Daniel, just to give some perspective?
Yeah, for large. Large, extra large.
Yeah, can you like lay down in the fetal position to kind of give us an idea of, no.
I will lay down in there. That actually be kind of a...
Pretty crazy though. This is top secret, so I'm sorry guys, but I can't give you any kind of an idea where this is at. But I just thought you'd be interested in seeing it. These are, I mean, they could be hundreds of years old. They could be 1,000 years old.
Either way, impressive to me.
Right? It's just really interesting area back in here, back in this lava. And I don't know what it is that the Native Americans liked so much about it. I don't know if it was just really good hunting, which makes sense. Would have been good habitat back up in here. Easy to get turned around in here though.
Should get to hide in here. Yep.
Oh, there's a cool little cave right there.
Yeah.
Little alcove. All right, I'm just gonna let the cat out of the bag. So we're hiding prizes for this kick-ass Lolo Overland Outfitters giveaway out here. So hopefully I'm not giving away too much of a clue here. But anyway, that's what we're doing this evening, and then we're gonna work our way back to camp and have some dinner.
What are we doing out here, boys?
We're hiding some treasure.
Yes.
Get it?
Look at that.
And then we'll need a name for this spot.
Triple stack rock. I've been out here.
Another rock. Right around here somewhere.
Not like that.
All right, Let's check out this side of the cave.
Pirates Cavern. And that was 3 o'clock.
Of course, that'll change by the week.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
That's what we were talking about.
Really neat rock formations out here. These are all these kind of lava blowouts where gas or steam built up underneath the lava while it was still molten, and then the bubbles gave way and resulted in these really interesting formations in here. Another pretty cool blowout here we're exploring. A lot of fires have been in here for a lot of years. You can see all the blackened ceiling there. Another thing that's interesting about this is the camera's maybe not picking it up, but there's all these stalactites or stalagmites starting to form in the ceiling. I can never remember which is which. Well, it's official. I'm driving the Lolo Jeep here. This is going to make it really tough for me not to end up with one of these. Man, I can't believe how nice this thing drives. We'll have to do a walk around video on it back at camp, cool. And just kind of we can show everybody what you did to it.
It's at a good point for that now.
And it drives great.
Yeah, really smooth.
So we got one more stop for the day, guys. We're kind of running up against the end of daylight, but we want to show you guys. I like to call it the largest juniper tree in the world. And it may just be the largest one in the state of Oregon, but we got the great light right now, so we're hoping to get some good pictures. And so hang with us. We got one more stop, and then we'll be heading back to camp.
The power band's definitely different than the V6.
It is, yeah. It feels a lot snappier. Mm-hmm. That is
they got it locked in, right?
Oregon's largest juniper tree.
I like it. How old is it?
And it is pretty crazy. They say like at least 300 years old.
Wow. Tree hugger.
Jeez, that thing is just massive. Yeah, guys, so this is Oregon's largest juniper tree. Just another one of the cool spots that you want to hit when you're out in this part of the country. Man, the blowouts, Derrick Cave, Devil's Garden, Oregon's largest juniper. The lava flows back in here are really cool to check out. And this tree is just awe-inspiring. I know the camera just won't do it justice. All right, we are back at camp, getting camp set up in the dark in typical Coyote Works fashion. But I've got the new generation of Ready Light here. One thing is, now the legs screw on, which is a little easier than those slotted legs that the other one had. This is actually my first time using this new generation of Ready Light. I like the adjustability of it. That's pretty cool. I'm also running the newest generation of the Evolution Series tent, so tonight will be my first night in this tent. So it's pretty much the same as the prototype I was using, but there's a couple of little changes, so probably show you guys a little bit more of that in the daylight tomorrow. All right, so this is basically my entire kitchen at this point is in this cub pack. These are the cub packs. They're from Front Runner. You can get them from Josh and the guys have them up at Lolo Overland. But the downside is this is a pretty stripped down kitchen, so I'm not going to do any real elaborate cooking out of this, but it's got everything I need for an easy trip like this. So I'm keeping it pretty simple. Yeah, I'll basically just need a pan to boil some water in, and that's pretty much my kitchen setup.
I got you one more little surprise here.
Excellent.
We got the new Front Runner Wolfpack Pro. These just came out. They've got some upgraded latches on them. They've got a foam seal, and they're a little bit more robust, so pretty excited about these.
Perfect. I was just looking for a, in fact, I went to Buy Mart on Friday. I know you guys went there yesterday. I went to Buy Mart on Friday and was looking at some of the boxes they had, but you know how they're all just like a little too chintzy?
Yeah, like the action packers.
Yep,
yeah, they're a little flimsy. You get too much in there and they want to bow out and pop the seal.
Oh, that's perfect, man.
Yep.
And it's got some...
we got some peak meals in there for you.
Oh, cool.
And of course, you got to have the spork, so we threw one of those in.
Excellent. Yeah, you can never have enough of those. Perfect. And it's the long-handled one,
It's the long one. Makes it easy to stir it all up. And
yep, those are
get it rocking.
Cool, so these are the peak... Have you eaten many of these?
I haven't had too many yet. We've had lots of good reviews on them. I had the breakfast skillet, and it was super good.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I think this beef chili max...
But everyone's been, isn't that the one everyone's been kind of ranting and raving about?
Okay.
That and the biscuits and gravy everyone loves.
You do freeze-dried meals, or are you guys doing
We're
like
gonna
real
do
food?
the classic stir fry for the night.
That actually puts out some decent heat, too.
Yeah, and it's when you can't have a fire, man, it's just like,
Yeah.
it's for me, camp at night, like, needs a fire.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's the next best thing.
Who is that made by?
Made by Campco.
Campco.
Little Red Campfire. That was a day.
It was a good day.
The hiding at Mount Hood was also quite a bit, but today definitely takes the cake.
Just because it was a little more...
The track and then, you know, all the stuff that you showed us was really cool.
Yeah,
We covered a lot of ground on foot, though, that's for sure.
did.
I think people are really going to dig the experience of coming out here, and like, I bet very few people have seen any of this.
I never even have heard of that cave or any of this stuff on this side, you know.
Yeah, good, man,
So,
good.
but
I'm
that's
glad.
part of the idea too. You
It's
know?
all about the adventure.
Yeah, I'm
It
glad
is.
you guys feel like that'll be a cool spot for people.
Oh
and-
yeah.
What are you cooking there, Josh?
Got some stir fry going.
Excellent. Stir fry on the scottle.
Yes, it's a tradition.
His famous stir fry. Don't be so coy.
You know when it started? With this guy.
With him.
That's the first time we made it.
That trip with
Yep.
Tristan.
Now it's just become a thing.
Yeah.
I think it's because I got you hooked on it.
I'm hooked.
Oh, good morning, guys. Well, I slept good in the new Evolution Series rooftop tent last night. I'm just waking up. I'm actually having a nutritious, well, not really breakfast, but my first snack of some, what are these things? Little Bites muffins, little blueberry mini muffins, and my first coffee of the day, some instant coffee shaken up in part of a water bottle. So I'm getting a little caffeine in me. First couple of calories, and then we'll wander out there. It looks like it's a little bit overcast out there, which is nice. It'll be a little cooler today. So for coffee this morning, we're going to French press in the Lolo Signature Series Brewtech French press. And to be honest with you guys, I don't know what kind of coffee this is. It's whatever I had in my cabinet.
Harder mill.
That was pretty fun hiding those prizes.
It was.
Yeah.
Especially in that little area. Yeah, there should be a little tip page for each location, what you might need to bring out here.
All right, so every time I turn the camera on, they disappear, but Brother Daniel and Brother Alex and I are going to go on a little walkabout. We're going to see if we can find some treasures. I think Alex really would like to find something.
I'm excited.
We're going to go scrape around in the duff and look in this old logging camp and see if we can find something cool. All right, we'll wander back here. It's actually not too far from the camp. Beautiful this morning, huh?
Yeah, it's nice.
Did you guys find something already?
Yeah, look at that. Ponds. You seen these
Oh,
before?
very cool. An old ponds thing, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cool one. It's a
complete,
square
too.
one.
Yeah.
And it's whole. That's awesome, man.
Nice find.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Nice
I
find.
like that.
Nice find.
Nice thick glass on it.
All right, what do you got there?
Let's see.
So, Brother Alex,
Wow.
what do we
Wow.
got?
Look at that. She's a beaut.
Oh, nice one. I bet that's going to have some really neat color when it's cleaned up. See, it's a cork top. It's a slick side cork top.
Oh wow, look at that color on there.
Amber. God, that's a beautiful one, man.
Good one.
Nice work. So you can basically see what we're doing. We're just kind of scraping the top layer of pine duff off. So in these pine forests, these trees are constantly dropping needles, and they'll drop, you know, an inch or more of needles a year.
Take a sip.
All right, we got another bottle.
Squib. Yeah, squib.
Cool, it's got some nice lines to it, a little bit of sculpture and some liquid in it. Your first bottle, huh?
Yeah.
All right, we just got back in camp after a little bit of an exploratory walk, and why don't you guys just tell them a little bit about what we found and what we did?
Well, it was a good haul out there. That was really fun, first of all.
Yeah.
And we found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 complete glass items. I still get some.
Cool little medicine bottles, milk glass. I'm assuming that one's a whiskey bottle. That
Looks like it would be,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah, it's just amazing how much stuff is still out there.
And this is something I've seen you do in your videos that I was really interested to come out and do with you. So thanks, man.
Very cool.
Thanks for
Yeah,
taking us.
no, I really appreciate you guys coming along and trying it out. And all right, now the sad part, packing up camp. My brothers from Lolo, they have to get on to their next location on the trip, and we're gonna head out kind of in the backcountry out there and see if we can find another one of these lumber camps. So I'm gonna take a couple of minutes, get my camp packed up, and then I'll show you guys what's around the corner. One of the things I really like about this latest generation of Ready Light is how it all packs inside this compact little case. Big improvement. Really liking this new Ready Light. All right, I'm basically all packed up. I'm ready to roll out of here. So the boys are just putting the finishing touches on packing up their camp, and then I'll say goodbye to them. They'll go their way, and we'll head back and see what else interesting we can find this weekend.
Later, Casey.
See you guys. Have a safe trip.
Brother Casey.
Brother Josh. All right, so I'm out here. I'm just a little ways south of a known logging camp, major logging camp called the BS Tanks area. But I'm out a couple of miles from there along some of the old tracks looking for other potential camp activity areas. And I was just walking across the area here, found a little scattering of tin cans there. But I wanted to walk over. I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but there's a pretty cool looking rimrock over in there I wanted to walk over to. Pretty interesting that I kicked across a couple old tin cans right in here. Ah, look at this, guys. A couple more tin cans in here, and right over here, look at this. Oh, I thought that was a barrel band, but now, not so sure. Yeah, this is so interesting. Just randomly out here. I wish I had my pick with me because there's actually some pretty cool glass in here. Old style tin cans. And these random little spots like this out in the middle of nowhere are good places to find old bottles and stuff, because there's a good chance nobody's actually searched this little spot right here, because it's just out in the middle of nowhere. It's not by a known or a well-established camp or anything. Oh, there's a stove jack. All right, guys, so this pretty much confirms that there was some type of a living structure here, finding a stove jack like that. So, and with the amount of trash around, that certainly makes sense. So interesting, we stumbled across a little dwelling site. We just got to pick around in here, see if we can find the actual foundation or anything. Here's a little piece of china. We've been going out through these flat ponderosa pine forests out here. Then we came into this area where the edge of this old ancient lava flow is. This is pretty interesting terrain in here. Check this out, almost seems like a spot where there could be a little cave back up in here. Ah, see, look at this. I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but this right here is a little handmade wall here. So that was either old, maybe a cowboy made that as a makeshift livestock pen. You can see right up there. Yeah, that's all this rock was stacked in here by hand to block off this little canyon. See if we can, oh, look at this. There's an old piece of cable. Oh, it looks like there's a little, it's probably not super deep, but a little bit of maybe the mouth of a cave. Definitely big enough for a animal's den or something. Oh guys, check this out. I found something really interesting. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but we just saw a glint off of some glass up there. Look at that. Can you see it? Right there. What is that? It says water on it. Wow. So cool. And that's so random. It was just laying right here in this little kind of alcove heading back up into the lava here. But you know, I was just thinking as I was walking up here, what a cool little spot to camp this would have been. And sure enough, it says water on it. We'll have to Google this bottle and see how old it is. Some kind of a really interesting little lid. White milk glass little lid. I'm basically just kind of working my way along the edge of that lava flow and found some chunks of obsidian too, so there was some native activity in here. Just really interesting country. Well, the sun is getting low in the sky, so I'm gonna make the trek back to the Jeep and then we'll start wandering our way out of here. So I hope y'all enjoyed joining me for this trip. I know I sure enjoyed having you all along. I know this one may not have been my best video, but as always, I look forward to your comments, your questions. Really appreciate your support. And above all, I look forward to seeing you on the next adventure. Coyote Works, out.